done, but it's not done yet. There's still a few outstanding issues. One of them is that the Thrashers need a bit more financial information from True North. It's a weekend coming up, and it's a long weekend in Canada, so the banks are closed on Monday, so that's going to delay things a bit. So not done yet, but all indications are they're headed that way.
The press conference supposed to be called Tuesday, though, Pierre. This Stephen Brunt obviously would be well connected to this story, and even the Globe and Mail reported that this was done a long time ago with respect to the Board of Governors. Have you found out more on that? And why? That's a two-part question. Why was Atlanta to Winnipeg all along, and we kept looking at Phoenix?
All right, well, let's start with your first one. The Board of Governors has not approved this yet. I think the confusion is the board was updated to the possibility that Winnipeg was ready to get an NHL team, whether that was Phoenix or Atlanta. That conversation did happen over the last year at Board of Governors meeting, but there was never approval from the board. In fact, that approval is going to come June 21st in New York. Of course, if the deal closes between True North and the Atlanta Spirit. And there are two votes that have to take place June 21st in New York. One is on the transfer of ownership, which requires 3/4 votes from the board. Two is on relocation, which only requires a majority, so only 16 votes. So that's going to have to wait till June 21st for final board approval. Your question about Atlanta is a great one, because how could this already be in place after they've been focused on Phoenix all year, right? I think all along the league, very privately, has told True North, listen, if we salvage Phoenix, be ready, because things in Atlanta are shaky, and that's exactly what I think has happened. But for a matter of record, not until last weekend when Gary Bettman told Atlanta and Winnipeg that they could start talking, the negotiations start on this deal.
And Gary was actually curious the Phoenix stuff came out on the eve of the playoffs, because he felt it hurt the Coyotes in their playoff performance.
Well, having spent a couple of days in the first round, there's no question those players were unsettled.
Let's go to the Chevrolet Eye-Desk. Jeff Barrett, Scott Morrison, more on this issue. Jeff.
Yeah, Ron, thanks so much. I've got an AHL note on this in a second, but more on the primary story. Well, the deal will be conditional if it gets closed on Board of Governor approval, obviously, but also on the results of a test drive in the market to see how many season tickets they can sell, and they're going to be looking for a multi-year commitment from the people in Winnipeg, and that's going to be significant information for both True North and the board.
From the AHL level as well, the Manitoba Moose, should Atlanta move to Winnipeg, the Moose would remain property, the AHL affiliate of the new Winnipeg team. That means the Vancouver Canucks, Ron, would have to find a new AHL affiliate.
All right, thanks, Jeff. A short break.